Oh, damn it. There we go. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Ganderbeam, welcome. Minecraft Kitty, how's it going? How are we all doing today? So, yeah, yesterday somebody showed me this. And, I think it was Shoebush. Regardless, yeah, it's pretty good. So, we're gonna be doing that. Oh, whoops. We're gonna be making some sand. How do I get this right? Could I do this? Aha, okay. Cool. Cool. One at a time, I guess. So how's everybody doing today? There's a lot of rain where I'm at right now. It's kind of annoying. Wait, what? Oh wow, that one's done already. Okay. Really? Wow, okay. Neat. Got back from a trip. Where were you? Where'd you go? See, fam and friends or a farm and friends? Or fam on a farm and friends? A fam, farm, and friends. Hey, Mr. Zombie, why don't you stay away and you can live? I promise you you'll live if you... Okay. You chose death. It's not my fault. Ah, okay, fair enough. I guess this is a lot quicker than placing sand, huh? Not by much, I guess. Today, okay, so the entire weekend, it's been raining early in the morning, and then it's just been sunny for the rest of the day. So, like, it's just been really humid where I'm at right now. And, of course, it's deciding to storm right now. Like, fantastic. It was thunderstorming, so I listened to Thunderbringer on the way back home. I was like, ah, it's kind of appropriate. I got to listen to some Turkey Tom today. That was fun. Except it wasn't. I didn't enjoy it in the slightest. The person I was hearing about. So that was fun. I have not. If you give me a moment, I can take a look. When does it reset? Let me finish this row of hoppers and I'll take a look. What's great about this design is I can just save the sand. I don't have to waste it. It's not like the sand's used up and that's it. Okay, yeah, we'll take a look at it after I'm done with this row. Yeah, because... What do you mean cooking for the spire platforms? Like making good-looking spire platforms? Alright, there we go. Go ahead and turn that off for now. Let's take a look. Why? Why? The whole ass spawner here. Oh my god. What the hell, man? Huh? Oops. How do I put this? Oh, there we go. Okay. What am I wearing right now? Bro, why am I just naked right now? Where's my drip? Should we do this spire? I think we should do the spire. Let me go. It's a Twilight portal. Where? Where? I don't see no Oh! Ha! That is really funny. This is a really good spire platform. They got the Herobrine. Let's... Okay. Can I have those ruby blocks? Sure. Where is he? Fudge Man. Where's Fudge Man? Oh, is that you? Oh, how's it going, bro? Where's the Fudge Man? Where is he? I don't see him. Oh, there he is. Blech. All right. Boots, spear, arrows. How many spires are there? Does anyone know? Did someone just jump? by the way, chat, this Friday we're absolutely beating the game. We may have to reset the game, but we're definitely going to be finishing Secret of the Mimic? Yeah, Secret of the Mimic. We're going to be getting the full game. We're going to be getting the best ending. How's it going, Lunar Ninja Official? Alright. Bow here, that here, this here, that here, this there, that there, this here, this here, this here, this here, this here. Ta-da! Is that game peak? Let me tell you. No. No, it kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. It's not great. It's not great. Oh, good job. I don't know what that means. But no, I'm not super impressed with the game. I guess it's not as bad as I originally thought, but like I feel like a lot of people are hyping it up, but it's kind of mid. I actually really like I don't like the color palette. Everything's super ugly. Like, I know it's because of the time period and stuff. The controls are genuinely wonky as hell. Because, like, you have to, like, move your mouse around just to make arm movements and stuff. And it's very difficult to tell if you're going to go too far or not far enough. A lot of the levels are boring as hell because it's either a chase scene or a puzzle scene. It feels like worse Poppy's Playtime. And Poppy's Playtime wasn't bad, actually. But it feels like it wants to be Poppy's Playtime. And it's not as good. Oftentimes they'll have details that are completely unnecessary for certain steps of the map. And, they end up becoming necessary, but not for the right reasons. Like, there was this one scene that I kept bringing up where, we had to avoid the Music Man, but there was a bunch of mannequins standing up, and a couple of those mannequins had glowing numbers. So, like, the general assumption is I have to do something with these mannequins, but that's just not the case at all. Like, the mannequins weren't useful until, like, the very, very, very end of that step. And rather than, like, being like, you'd imagine at the very least if they were useful, they were gonna be, like, because originally the mannequins that had the numbers were in a group of other mannequins. So you'd imagine at that last step that group would still be there. But no, the mannequins are just standing in a circle all alone, all the ones with the numbers. It's just not great. Have they released a patch yet? No, I don't think so. Not since I've played it. The game controls like ass. There's a bunch of glitches. I've fallen into the void I don't know how many times. You know? I think some of the Easter eggs are fine. Like, I don't think I've needed a guide for too many things except some of the passcodes. I think we've gotten to the point where we found all but 2 of the items. And I don't know if those items are locked behind areas that I got locked out of due to certain chase scenes preventing me from going back to certain areas. It wouldn't make sense for that to be the case, but we've explored the map so many times. The one thing I'm very frustrated with is the mail. Like, you have a bunch of mailboxes that say no mail in it, but one of them has to have something. You know what I mean? So I think we're going to replay the game this weekend. We're going to go by every last one of those mailboxes once we've basically beaten the game. Because, like, you don't get the executive one until the end of the game. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. We'll have to see. It's very annoying. I think the final secret Easter egg ending with the Mimic dressed up in a whole bunch of different things, I thought that section was actually really cool and really fun. Why couldn't the game be more like that? It's weird that Security Breach was better. And, like, I know a lot of people hated Security Breach for some reason. I liked Security Breach. At the very, like, the minimum. Like, It had a lot of glitches. It didn't function very well, but I liked the aesthetic, and the gameplay loop is kind of fun. I thought the one thing I really didn't like was having to go back and collect everything. But honestly, I feel like I could just, like, if I was to play it again, I'd do it right the first time, you know what I mean? You've never played FNAF? That's crazy. It's a fun game. The original game's kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie. I still like it, though. It's just compared to, like, the other ones. I like FNAF Security Breach. I don't care what anyone says. I want to know what happens in the next Security Breach. I know! I can't believe Gregory just, like, at first, okay. So, initially, I was like, that doesn't make sense for a kid to, like, just throw away somebody's life like that. But then I thought about it, and Gregory's kind of a psychopath. Like, remember when, we were tearing apart all of the other animatronics? And friggin' Freddy, he's, like, having a conniption. He's like, these are my friends. What happened to them? And Gregory's just like, there was an accident. It's like, damn, Gregory. It was the mimic that downed the elevator? No, it wasn't. It doesn't make sense for that to be the case. Like, it genuinely doesn't make sense for that to be the case. Gregory killed, or at the very least, not attempted to kill, because that implies that he wanted her to die, but he couldn't let the mimic escape. And I understand that, but I don't know. You know what's crazy is how many different... I don't know how many of these games are going to use the same trope as, oh, someone's on the walkie-talkie, someone's on the projector, someone's talking to you. But it's not actually that someone. They're betraying you. It's not the real person. The real person is dead, or something's mimicking its voice. Poppy's Playtime, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. I don't think the original Security Breach had it like that, but Ruin sure as hell did. This game, it's crazy. Alright, Ganderbeam, I appreciate you stopping by. Gregory is a robot or a pawn? I don't think Gregory's a robot. I don't think Gregory's a robot. I mean, you have a lot of those theories like that are like, for me, the equivalent of, oh, the main character's just in a coma and dreaming everything up. They actually hit their head in the first episode. That's why they never age or something like that. Nah. Anything but making new plot choices. I know. I do kind of like... Okay, this may be a hot take. I don't know what people's take on the Mimic is. But I think the Mimic's kind of a cool character. I'm glad they finally killed off William Afton, but kept him around in spirit. You know what I mean? Like, if William Afton just kept coming back, it would have been tiresome and boring. But I think the new, the Mimic is kind of neat. I'm not quite sure how I feel about him in this game, but I genuinely think the concept of the Mimic is like, you know, honestly, you know what? I will say they built upon his character really good in this game. The idea, like, somebody made him and then something happened, because the idea is he's supposed to mimic behavior. This way, I mean, I guess the guy could feel like his wife is around, the kid could feel like his mother's still around, but then the Mimic must have seen something, or I guess maybe came across William Afton at some point. Maybe my theory is, okay, so I don't know how many of you guys were there for this, but towards the end when we're doing the secret ending, one of the alternative endings, one of the last reels we had was the father telling the robot, the robot mom, to go get their son who was at their playground, right? I'm just saying, sounds like a place William Afton would kill a kid. So maybe that was the point. Because I don't think our main character, the character we play as, has any kind of relevance to the overarching story other than just being a guy trapped in a bad situation. You know what I mean? I don't think this person's connected to any of our characters. Considering in every ending we've had so far, he's died. But I think their son's probably dead. What if William Afton was evil? I know! That's crazy. That's a crazy theory. I don't think that'll catch on. What's the most tired trope you guys are... Like, what do you guys think is the most tired trope used? Is it the, it was all a dream? I think everyone hates the it was a dream the whole time trope. Because it's like, it's just lazy, you know what I mean? I think most people can agree with that. Oh wow, this was deep. No wonder it took so long yesterday. Fake deaths, maybe? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good one, actually. The fake out deaths. Are you talking about, like, fake out deaths where the main character, everyone thinks the main character's dead? Or are you talking about the one where it's like, I actually returned? When you wake up in a game slowly to uncover weird notes along the way. I don't know. More side characters? Well, just in general, characters where you think they died, but they come back at the last moment. Or are you talking about Palpatine somehow returning kind of levels? Where, like, the villain clearly died last time, but because they can't think of anything else, you know, they just bring him back anyway. The Phastic torch the Mimic and make the clones its AI. Yeah, no. Well, I don't know if they made the clones, actually. I think they likely just, I mean, I don't know if you'd call them clones, because the idea of clones is you're trying to make them the same way. But I think they just took the schematic and built it. And then because the Mimic is AI, you know, it was able to take over the new versions. Kind of like I was suggesting that in the game, the Mimic's not changing clothes. He's just changing which endoskeleton he's taking control of. Like, each of those outfits has an endoskeleton in it. But because the Mimic's AI, it can take control of them. So... One trope that I find really funny, and that I'm kind of tired of, is the characters that that show up but also have like a crazy backstory. You know, everyone knows who this character is, or at least one person does. You know, no one's mentioned him beforehand, but as soon as they beat the first big bad, the second big bad shows up. You know. With no mention, no foreshadowing. It's just, oh yeah, this guy's actually been a huge, crazy powerhouse for millions of years. And, you know, he's known throughout the lands for doing, like, crazy feats of power. But no one brought him up beforehand. It's clearly just like, what do you call it when they change the story? I can't think of it. I don't know the term. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Right? It's like, they did that a lot in Digimon, I feel like. I remember I watched the original Digimon show when I was a kid. And, like, it felt like every other character they kept bringing back was, like, this crazy, like, oh, yeah, he's been around for generations, and everyone knew about him. They don't build on the character, though. Not really, yeah. Like, in some cases, it makes sense, but, like, in other cases where it's like, you know, they'll try to defeat the Mad King or something like that. And no one brings up the fact that the Mad King has a twice-removed cousin who's just as powerful as the Mad King, and who is, you know, like, he was just away on, like, a trip or something, you know, I don't know. Oh, right. Let me just break these. It's causing lag that we don't need. Look at how nice that looks right there. Just like this section of no lava. Feels good. Oh, man. There's a lot of lava in this section. I gotta say, though, this is really quick. Relatively speaking. Does anyone remember when we tried to do this by hand? We had to get, like, a group of people. Feels weird not having any moderators right now. Oops. I don't know. Secret of the Mimic seems fun, but not really. Like, it's just not as good. I also just don't like... So, okay, this actually made me think about it, because, like, if you look at pictures of back in the day for, like, mascots and stuff, they were so goddamn... I'm sorry for my language. They were so uncanny. You know what I mean? Like, they were so ugly. How could people be like, oh, yeah, kids will love this? You know? It's like, look at, like, the old McDonald's characters. They were so ugly. They were bad. You'd see people in, like, Easter Bunny costumes, and the Easter Bunny costumes looked like they'd eat your soul, and you wonder why the kid in the picture's crying. It's like, whoa, why'd you think that was a good idea? Who made this? I'm upset they in DBD. What's DBD? Hey, there you go, Shoebush. Dead by Daylight. Ah, okay. I don't know. I think Springtrap is a cool character. I really do. I think it was tiring constantly having him bring him back, but I guess that adds to his notoriety. I will say that his viewing or his showing in the FNAF movie was really cool until he decided to start speaking, and then the death scene was really bad. He goes to put on his helmet, and he, like, before he does it, he's like, I always come back. But there's, like, no precedent for him coming back. Because, like, when he first said, I always come back, it's because he already came back, like, twice or 3 times or something, right? You know? And, like, but in the FNAF movie, he was just a dude. He hadn't come back yet. Rainbow Sheep is cool. Oh, do you have it? Do you want to show it to me? Can I see? Oh, yeah, you killed my sheep. Oh, man. Yeah, it was storming when I was driving home, so I listened to Thunderbringer. I was like, if I die today, this will be very appropriate. Ah, okay, fair enough. I don't know. I think Springtrap's design is really cool, too. Have you seen the cosplay? Somebody did a really nice Springtrap cosplay. I remember back before things like Five Nights at Freddy's 4, people would try to make the animatronics actually scary. Because the animatronics try to scare you more based off of the uncanny feeling you get from them. How it's like supposed to be this childhood friendly thing, but it's ended up being like a horrifying thing trying to kill you. Like, I don't know what it's called. There's a word for it. But it's something that's not supposed to be scary. And that's what makes it scary, right? But people would try to make it like a genuinely scary thing. Like, not only just using the happy-go-lucky creepy vibe. Like, they'd use actual horror, you know, blood and all these other things. And then Five Nights at Freddy's 4 happened and people stopped doing it. Mainly because Five Nights at Freddy's 4 did a really good job at actually making them look scary, as well as making the game actively scary to play. Like, I don't think I've screamed as much as I have in any Five Nights at Freddy's game. Except Five Nights... I said that weird. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is the only Five Nights at Freddy's game that's genuinely made me scream at a jump scare like that. The place when you find a coolest cosplay is Comic-Con. Maybe I should go to Comic-Con, I don't know. I've not had a really good experience at cosplay conventions. Kind of want to meet people there. Hey, welcome back, Ganderbeam. Most I've ever gone to, like a Comic-Con or a cosplay convention is Pyro. Although I want to go as Goblin, as Krenko Mob Boss, more specifically. The GOAT. The GOAT. Now, that's entirely true, and that's probably why I haven't made any friends at the conventions. Because I'm too horrified to talk to certain people. It's like I'll walk into the men's restroom, and I hate to sound crass, but you'll see a Discord moderator in a miniskirt. And that's not something I wanted to see. Not when I needed to go to the bathroom. Or you're too cool. Please. Deodorant, please. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god. You know what really pisses me off the most? Is that, like, a lot of the vendors are lazy as hell. Like, I went to go to the vendors because I've heard you could find some really cool things at cosplay conventions, and you can. But, like, half of the vendors just had, like, those really bad 3D printed, dragons. You know, the ones that, like, and like, you'd have, like, 3 or 4 people, like, with their tables just full of 3D printed dragons. Like, dude, you spent, like, $5 on the, actual model, and you spent about $5 in material printing out them. Like, the dragons themselves. And they charge like $50 for them. It's like, I'm not buying that. I could just, I could make that myself. I don't know. Do y'all know the dragons I'm talking about? The 3D printed ones that are like the Chinese dragons that like just. Yeah. But like, it's one thing if like you see one guy with them, you're just like, okay, whatever, you know? But the issue is, it was like half of the vendors there were selling the same product. Some people don't have a 3D printer, though. Right, but my issue isn't necessarily the product itself. It's the fact that so many people have it. It's clearly just a lazy person product. Like, it's not creative. It's not worth buying. I don't know. And what gets me, like, what's worse is, like, none of them made the model. Like, it's one thing if you're selling your own 3D printed models, right? You made the model, you printed them out, it's a product you create. But these people, I guarantee you, that was probably a free design you can download. I agree. People do just buy them for crazy. The design. Yeah, exactly. They didn't make that. At the very least, they could have paid for the damn design, but they're using like a free one and charging $50 for it. No. It's like, oh, you scaled it up. Congrats. You spent an extra 50 cents. Ooh. And honestly, scaling it up makes it easier because it's easier to sand down something that's bigger. Like if you made it something, like if you 3D printed something and it's small and delicate, it's hard to 3D print. So I can understand spending money on it. But nah, you just made it bigger and made it a lot easier. This is not something I thought I'd be ranting about, but it genuinely peeves me, you know? Or it doesn't even, it more just annoys me than anything else. Like at the end of the day, I don't care because I'm not buying it, you know? You buy posters? Really? I thought you said you liked sharks. Why would you like a Jaws? Jaws clearly makes the sharks the bad guys. Here, I gotta go get some water. I'll be right back. And I have returned. Now, How to Train Your Dragon remake? They don't need to be remaking How to Train Your Dragon. I am never going to watch it. I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm just too stuck up. You know what I mean? Maybe I just need to turn my brain off and just enjoy certain things, you know? Like, why not buy the Switch 2? It's not like me not purchasing it is going to make them change their mind. They're still going to be a scummy company that releases unfinished games for absorbent prices, you know? They're going to charge you out the butt for just a simple controller. Why bother? It's not like, I don't know. I want to enjoy things, but I don't. No, see, the issue is you're getting drawn in by nostalgia. If you go and watch it, they just make more. But at the same time, if you don't go and watch it, they'll still probably just make more. Too many people just consume. But it's, you know, they're allowed to. I'm not gonna be upset at them for doing it, you know? I should just let people enjoy things. I don't know, chat. I don't know. You almost killed Hades? I mean, we almost killed Hades in our first run, to be honest. We had him down to like a third of his HP. We did a really good job, I think. Right now, I've just been, is there... Do we have to do more after killing Hades, or is Hades the final boss? It would make sense for Hades to be the final boss, but he may not be. Do you know? I'll be right back. I'm surprised none of you guys have noticed that I'm back to looking like a default NPC. You can keep killing Hades over and over again. Is that it? There's no end to the game? That doesn't make sense. Ah, what the hell? What a simple design this is. You've never seen Little Mermaid? Well, it's an okay film at best. I don't really remember much of it, honestly. Never was my favorite. You know, of all things that's happened, I'm glad Snow White failed. You know what I mean? The live action version, I'm so glad it failed. Like that was never going to be, like, I don't think it was ever gonna be good, but that's crazy. Like, apparently it was really, really bad. I'm more upset that Lilo and Stitch got ruined, you know, more than anything else. Apparently that was pretty bad too. No, yeah, she killed the movie. That and Peter Dinklage, apparently. Just like took a bunch of people's jobs away because he got a little bit offended that people wanted to play dwarves. Which is insane to me because he's always played a dwarf. Because that's what he is. His most notable role was a dwarf character. Who here grew up with Lilo and Stitch? Did anyone watch the TV show? Because I watched the TV show. It was a good TV show. Or at least I remember it being good. I actually enjoyed it. And then Leroy and Stitch was a really nice ending. I don't think the show was like groundbreaking or anything, but I thought it was fine. It was a good kid show, you know? I remember the theme song. God, nostalgia. Oh my god. I just got hit with huge nostalgia. Yeah, there was a couple of... Yeah, they had a bunch of different ones. I remember there was this one that was, Oh, what was it? What's that character that's in, like, every Looney Tunes bit? Where it's, like, the small mob boss character with the big doofy one. I forget the original name, but there was a Lilo and Stitch, guy that was like that. They had a bunch of different ones. Wait, there was a Pink Stitch? I don't remember there being a Pink Stitch. It's not an episode I remembered. Ah! I am on fire. Her name is Angel. Angel. That sounds like someone's, we'll just say OC. Yellow one was Sparky. That makes sense. That makes sense. I remember the yellow one, because he ended up in a lighthouse. And then I remember the sandwich one. He was pretty cool. He liked sandwiches. You know what? You're actually not entirely wrong. Potato. God, this is so much sand. I gotta say, Shoebush, you've come up with some pretty good ideas. I'll give you credit for that, because this was another one of your ideas. It's insane. Okay, Chad, I had an idea. What if instead of calling it a TNT duper, we call it the TNT spawner? Spawners are allowed on Origin Realms, are they not? So what if we had something that spawned TNT? Just saying. They can't ban me for spawning TNT, right? Yeah, you're probably right. Although now I kind of want to see. Once we're done with this row, I think I'm go ahead and end the stream. Chat, I hate to say it, but we're probably going to have to do the Path of Pain sometime this week. I'm not going to do it on a weekday because we're likely going to need a lot of hours to do it. But I do think we're going to have to do it this week. I had a scare recently where somebody made it seem like Silk Song was coming out like soon. But, you know, I got to do it. God, I love this. Shoebush, are you behind? Make sure you're not behind, Shoebush. Silk Song, barely know her. The hell does that even mean? Shut up. Doesn't even make sense. Oh man, I remember there's this one server that I used to play on that had a bunch of different like guns added to the game, and they had like little levels and stuff you could do. It was really fun. Like it was survival and you had guns and stuff, and they had things you could do for like extra ammo and stuff. It was like challenges. And then one day the mode just broke. They said they were having technical issues and they never fixed it. And then I lost the server. It's probably gone now. This was way back in the day when I was playing cracked Minecraft. So, I doubt they're still around. Do you guys have a server like that you used to play on, but like... I don't know, just never really updated and kind of got lost to time? Don't tell me it was Origin Realms. I remember when I thought the Aether was going to come out at Christmas. Or something like that, because it was supposed to be last year, remember? I'm like, they gotta release it soon. Now I think they're just gonna wait till the summer event to do it, you know what I mean? Because honestly, I feel like the Aether would go well with the summer event. I don't know. What was the thing they said they were going to add that they actually added? Oh, crates, right? To be fair though, crates were kind of a fire update, I gotta say. Crates were probably one of the best things they've added to Origin Realms. Like, it definitely fixed keys. Keys are really bad compared to crates. Between, like, I genuinely like crates more than I like keys. You know what would keep people quiet for a while? Adding PvP. If they just added, like, dueling, people would be satisfied for a while. Like, you could probably just not do anything for half a year. You know what I mean? I feel like with pets, I think they overpromised on pets. Because, like, I feel like they've said, like, pets were supposed to do a whole bunch of stuff. But, like, if from the beginning pets were always going to be cosmetic, like, if they were to just add pets and all it was like a small little mob following you around, people would be pissed. You know what I mean? But, like, if they had initially said that that's what pets were going to be from the beginning, I feel like people would be fine with that. But I think Origin Realms was like, yeah, pets are going to do all these things. They're gonna, you know, they're gonna help you with, like, crops and PvP and stuff like that. You know. You don't really like PvP? No, but it would keep a lot of the main complainers quiet for a while. Because it'll give people something to do. It would give, like, media ranks so much content. Honestly, I think they did a really good job on archaeology this last year. Like, between excavating, the enchantment, and then like having the grind for most archaeology fragments. I think that was like a huge change that really helped. Granted, I still don't know many people who do archaeology anymore. We haven't done archaeology since we've gotten our throne room. Imagine a rank system. Yes, oh my god. They should absolutely do that. And it wouldn't be super difficult either, you know what I mean? Like, just allow a temporary PvP. The issue is it adds challenges with things like pets. But I think they should just admit, hey, we overpromised. This is what pets are going to be. In the future, we may add, like, special effects. But because of balancing issues, it's not going to be for a while. You know what I mean? I think people would be fine with just a cosmetic thing following you. You know what I mean? Like, you could do special gestures with the pets and stuff, but that's just about it. Like, they don't give you any bonus effect. Would you guys be happy with pets if they didn't give you anything? Like, they didn't do anything other than be there? It'd be like an unkillable, like, pet you had around you. I mean, it's effectively just a cosmetic. You would? Okay, see, they should just do that then. You could have, like, the basic mobs, and then you could have, like, Origin Realms custom ones. Like, who here would like a zebra pet? Or, maybe they could come up with their own thing. Like, they could give me an imp pet. That could be, like, a kind of goblin. Yeah, like a little goblin. Or better yet, like, during events, they could release, like, event mob pets. You know how, like, some mobs will be, No, I think you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that. I don't need to explain it. You could have, like, the event mob pets. And they don't do anything. They just look cool, you know? Like, I don't think they need to do all this extra stuff. Granted, it'd be cool. But the issue is balancing. If they do that, then anytime they add anything new, it has to be balanced. Like, I don't know. I feel like they want to go like the Hypixel Skyblock route when it comes to pets. I think the most useful pet would probably be a horse, but you know, there's an easy fix for that. Don't add a horse pet, you know? They're gonna make them like Pokemon. You know what they should do? Is they should release pets and then add onto it later. You know what I mean? It's like, quiet people add the thing. That'll get people to shut up about it. Right? And then you could do it later. Like, you can make changes later. They don't have to do all this extra stuff right away. It doesn't have to be the coolest thing in the world right away. You're not releasing a full game, you're releasing a feature. You know? It's like, even if they were to perfectly balance the pets right away as soon as they release it, guess what? They're still gonna have to make a ton of changes to it because Origin Realms always has to make changes. There's always some foreseen side effect. Like sniffers, you know? They didn't expect people to farm sniffers so damn much, and guess what? I did. People are going to be disappointed, though. Well, that's why you have to be honest. Say, hey, we overpromised on this. We have some plans to implement, like, a type of, like, some use for pets. Some side thing. Maybe like a Pokemon kind of thing where you could battle with your pets. Or maybe pets have some useful side thing. They could be like, we want to add things like that in the future, but right now we want to give you something, right? I think people would be happy with, like, getting a peanut pet, you know, getting pets that are just special animals and stuff, event pets. People would love that. I don't know what I'm saying. Like, I think people would initially be disappointed with the fact that, like, pets aren't anything more than cosmetic. But I think after the initial disappointment, people would be like, yeah, this is still cool. It would just take one event for people to be like, oh my god, give me, I will spend my money on this, you know? Like, you know, it's like they'd be disappointed up until the first event where they can get a Christmas dog. You know what I mean? Where they could get a husky. Man, this... It's kind of like me anytime they add gold to the game. Man, this update sucks. Did you see they added a new treasure chest? 10 out of 10 update every time. Every time. Am I wrong, though? I don't think I'm wrong in this situation. I think I know the player base just enough, you know? Because, I mean, we're all hyped for a new balloon, you know? I don't know. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I keep repeating that. I think I'm a broken record. Maybe I'm just in an echo chamber. Alright, everybody. I say we cleared out a pretty big section today. Like, look at this. That's a really big section of just not, like, lava not being there anymore. We still got, we still got a lot more to do, though. Because Origin Realms hates me. Like, look at all this lava we have to clear. Oh my god. I am definitely going to need help eventually, but for now, I say we've done a decent enough job. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end off today. Tomorrow, I don't know. We may be back to Origin Realms. We may be playing another game. We'll have to see. Anyway, have a good one, everybody.